Time for prayer.
Worthy God, the preserver and protector of all, you are without beginning and without end, non-dual, beyond comparison, and none can measure you. You are without color, without expression, without form, and without attributes. You are unlimited and unfathomable, beyond imagination and conception, eternal and imperishable. You are indivisible, and none can see you but with eyes divine. You always were, you always are, and you always will be. You are everywhere, you are in everything, and you are also beyond everywhere and beyond everything. You are in the firmament and in the depths. You are manifest and unmanifest, on all planes and beyond all planes. You are in the three worlds and also beyond the three worlds. You are imperceptible and independent. You are the Creator, the Lord of Lords, the knower of all minds and hearts. You are omnipotent and omnipresent. You are knowledge infinite, power infinite, and bliss infinite. You are the ocean of knowledge, all-knowing, infinitely knowing, the knower of the past, the present, and the future, and you are knowledge itself. You are all-merciful and eternally benevolent. You are the soul of souls, the one with infinite attributes. You are the Trinity of truth, knowledge, and bliss. You are the source of truth, the ocean of love. You are the Ancient One, the highest of the high. You are Prabhu and Parameshwar. You are the Beyond God and the Beyond God also. You are Parabrahma, Allah, Ilahi, Yastan, Ahura Mazda, and God the Beloved. You are named Isa, the only one worthy of worship. We repent, O God, most merciful, for all our sins, for every thought that was false or unjust or unclean, for every word spoken that ought not to have been spoken, for every deed done that ought not to have been done. We repent for every deed and word and thought inspired by selfishness, and for every deed and word and thought inspired by hatred. We repent most specially for every lustful thought and every lustful action, for every lie, for all hypocrisy, for every promise given but not fulfilled, and for all slander and backbiting. Most especially also we repent for every action that has brought ruin to others, for every word and deed that has given others pain, and for every wish that pain should befall others. In your unbounded mercy, we ask you to forgive us, O God, for all these sins committed by us, and to forgive us for our constant failures to think and speak and act according to your will. Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more, and more and more, and still yet more, till we become worthy of union with you, and help us all to hold fast to Baba's Daman till the very end. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
Nara
Good morning, good evening, everyone. Welcome to another beautiful Saturday EastWest Satsang. I've put in the comments to raise hands. So today, after the songs and shares of the Arti, we have Baba full stories from each one's lives. So think about some nice anecdotes and stories pertaining to Baba, and till then we shall start sharing. So we have Noreen to begin the beautiful day. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, good morning and good evening. I have a Brian Darnell poem called The Burden of Love. Oh, beloved, you said God is love. Before I met you, I had trouble believing in God. You know the story. How can God exist with so much suffering in the world, so much cruelty and injustice, with death separating us all in the end? But after many years with you, my question is, how can there not be a God with so much suffering, injustice, cruelty, and death? How can there not be a God to ultimately balance the scales of justice, to restore love and mercy, to reunite us with the loved ones we have innocently lost? The doubters say religion is a crutch, but I ask them, who do you know who is not crippled? Show me one heart that has not borne the burden of love. O compassionate Father, I believe in the eternal because you became flesh. When the body of Zarathustra was discarded, you entered the sacred flame. After Rama and Krishna, you blended into the totality of existence. At the appointed hour, Buddha ate the mushrooms and disappeared into nothingness. Mohammed flew to paradise. Jesus ascended into heaven. This time, as Meher Baba, you dropped your perfect body only to reappear within the human heart. How much closer to us has this incarnation brought you? O child of God, Jesus is not hiding somewhere behind the moon. His sandals can be found outside the door of every humble heart. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Thank you, Noreen. We have Tim. Jai Baba.
Thank you, Roshni. Jai Baba to all. This is a song written by Bob Brown called I'll Wait. I'll wait 1,000 years for you. I'll wait a lonely life or two. I'll write 1,000,000 songs for you. I'll live 10,000 tomorrows. I'll cross the timeless span for you. I'll hold a groping hand to you. I'll take a lonely stand for you. I'll drink the tears of my sorrow. Yes, I'll wait until the time has come. Wait until our love is won. I'll wait till all those songs are sung, knowing all those songs are your one song. I'll wait till all the stars burn out. I'll wait till all the stones cry out. I'll wait till all the winds go out to proclaim your silent wonder. I'll wait till waiting's through for you. I'll wait a lonely life or two. I'll write 1,000,000 songs for you. I'll paint 10,000 tomorrow. Yes, I'll wait until the time has come. Wait until our love is won. I'll wait till all those songs are sung, knowing all those songs are your one song. I'll wait till waiting's through for you. I'll wait a lonely life or two. I'll write 1,000,000 songs for you. I'll paint 10,000 tomorrow. Yes, I'll wait until the time has come. Wait until our love is won. I'll wait till all those songs are sung, knowing all those songs are your one song. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Thank you, Tim. We have Meher to read something. Jai Baba, Meher.
Jai Baba, everybody. I'm reading from Gift of Love. There's something small. I have only love to give, and all I want is love. I'm the ocean of love. I'm the divine beloved who loves you more than you can ever love yourself. I never come and I never go. I'm present everywhere. Isn't it wonderful that I never leave Mer Baba? Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Lovely. Thank you. We now have Jack. Jai Baba, Jack.
Okay, I've got to get the computer to him. Good morning, everybody.
Okay. All right, thank you. Thank you. Hello. Tim, that song reminds me of what Eric said, that he would like to live another 1,000,000 lives just to be with Baba when he came on the earth again. Incredible. There's a word in this ghazal, that some of you may not know. It's called metanoia. And metanoia is a Greek word that says that it's a manifold change of consciousness induced from above or behind. And I think with most of us, speaking for myself anyway, Baba met me head on 49 years ago. And I think that a lot of us have experienced that in some degree or another. So this is called a dance everlasting. Beloved, what is wrong with me? Why can't I ever seem to get it right? Yesterday I fell in love with you, like always, though it seems, and my heart swelled beyond measure, began soaring on love's delirious kite, amidst touches and glances and murmurs, and fumblings and stumblings and stutterings, bumblings, and they all spoke reams. But today I crashed and fell like a giant sequoia, and Richter-like tremors reverberated through the 7 super universes. Even you felt it. This I feel you know, for I do not doubt my metanoia. All because a word was spoken. Oh, God foiled again, curses, curses. So you danced away again, on the eve of false ego's desire, fluttered and fitted and escaped on hummingbird's wings. Apparently gone again as always. Woe is me in abandoned fire, and what can I do but wait till you alight once again on my wounded heart's strings? Deny it I cannot, for there are times I wish you would just stay away. Just leave me alone to suffer and hide, while I burrow into my ego hole and caress my wounded pride. In this swamp of sadness, lost without gladness, and forever there will I abide. Oh, beloved, tell me, what is the point of living when I cannot feel you always by my side? Heart, listen up. What's that? A voice, an echo resounding. Nah, it can't be. I hesitate, cradling my wounded heart, and peer through mind's murky gloom. Suddenly askance I shudder, and shout with glee as you alight on my shoulder. Your wings whispering without words, you love me. My mind crumbles into the maw of my heart, for in this longing and lonely space, I have ample room. Are you here to stay? Will you go away? Tomorrow does not exist. Is that what you say? Why put your fears there? There's no price to pay, especially when love comes about, ready to dance and to play. Yes, I want to dance, to sing, to share so much. And yet, why can't I just keep my mouth shut and silently be? Moving along, distracted naught, waiting for your final touch. Dancing, the dance divine, only you with me. Oh, ego, wounded warrior of mine, let your ripped and ragged heart fret anymore. Let not your ripped and ragged heart fret anymore. Suffer my suffering on which Maya dines. Yet know that my leash is long, and no way can you stay away for long and forlorn from my tavern's door. And soon you'll be with me, my arms over your shoulders, will dance the dance of the divine romance forevermore. Thank you.
Thank you, Jai Baba.
Thank you too.
We now have Rati. Rati, please unmute. Okay. We will go on to Michelle meanwhile. Michelle, Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Michelle, can you?
Oh, am I muted? Unmuted? Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Jai Baba.
yes, we can hear you, Jai Baba.
Good morning, good evening. So, so the song is called Constant Companion. And it's really written like Bob was talking to us, but it's based on a story that Monty would tell, or part of it is, or maybe all of it. Jai Baba. Always with you, I never go. The world has eluded you, forgotten what you already know. You are sleeping, destined to awaken. The time comes with burning hearts and longing. Make me your constant companion. Let me carry the load. Give it all up to me. I'll be your best friend ever. One day the dreams will fade and the veil will be taken. You will see me as I truly am. Do not worry about your weaknesses, they will go. Just do your best and remember me with love. Make me your constant companion. Let me carry the load. Give it all up to me. I'll be your best friend ever. The path to take is plain and honest. I sowed the seeds of love in each and every heart. You are but a drop in my vast ocean. We feel separate, but we're never, never apart. Never apart. Make me a constant companion. Let me carry the load. Give it all up to me. Be your best friend ever. Make me a constant companion. Let me carry the load. Give it all up to me. I'll be your best friend ever. Baba. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Jai
Beautiful. Thank you, Michelle. Jai Baba.
Baba.
We now have Angela from the Samadhi.
That's right. Direct. Jai Baba. Good morning, good evening. So wonderful to have you all here. You are born to everyone. Everyone will feel your love. Everyone will feel your love, your love, your love, your love. Every age you come to us to instill your love in us, so that we may be true to the trust you repose in us. Love divine, so pure, always will endure the passage of time until you come again. And once more, you are born to everyone. Everyone will feel your love. Everyone will feel your love, your love, your love, your love. Every age is just the same. You come back to play your game, winning hearts to you, the divine beloved, worthy of love, for you are love. Divine love, all the stars above could never shine as bright as your smile. Yet once in a while, you are born to everyone. Everyone will feel your love. Everyone will feel your love, your love, your love, your love. Every age is just the same. You come back to play your game, winning hearts to you, the divine beloved, worthy of love, for you are love. Divine love, all the stars above could never shine as bright as your smile. Yet once in a while, you are born to everyone. Everyone will feel your love. Everyone will feel your love, your love, your love, your love. Everyone will feel your love, your love, your love, your love. That's Cliff in the background. You can't see him. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. We could see him disappearing and coming in his own camera. Lovely. That was a delight. We have Gail. Jai Baba.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I have an excerpt, a reading from Mayor Baba's Samadhi, Tales from the Beloved's Tomb, compiled and edited by Irma Shepherd. And she has a beautiful photo drawing that she did of Mara. And here it is. And she has written on that RUACHELOHIM. Tell us about that, please.
Are you?
ACH.
Ruach
Or
Elohim.
can you? Uh-huh.
Ruach is spirit, energy, the breath of life. Elohim, God, the divine beloved.
And you said something about Harry. You texted something about Harry Kenmore. Can you tell us about that?
Well, you were asking me, how do you pronounce Ruach? And Harry Kenmore, in his communication with Meher Baba, would often say "Ach du Lieber," which is German, but that the ch in Ruach is a guttural sound. And I was just wanted you to get a sense of that. So that was the reference.
Thank you so much. Thank you to Meher Baba for making it possible for us to expand our love for him and to call on one another's strengths to be able to amplify what's going on. I'm going to read, you can stay alive or not. I'm going to read now. A Sign from Above by Deborah Meyer. She is also the artist. In the winter of 1988-89, I felt Baba's call to return to India. I had been to Mehrabad and Merazad only once before in 1978 and met so many of the Mandali, including Mira, Mani, and Erich. So I made plans to go again in the summer of 1989 with my friend Sharon Phillips and her two daughters, Annalena and Kitty. I was looking forward very much to seeing Mira again, was saddened to hear the news of her going to the beloved in May. However, as soon as I approached Baba's Samadhi, I felt her joyous presence there. The lover and the beloved had been joined in a sacred union, and I felt most blessed to be in this atmosphere. As soon as I entered Baba's Samadhi, he encircled his arms around me in a profound embrace. After a timeless moment, I backed away, sensing that another lover needed to come forward, but Baba pulled me back for another soak in his magnificent ocean of oneness. Days passed in the turmoil of his sahavas, and I remembered something I wished to ask Baba about. My oldest son, Jonas, was turning 9, and my youngest son, Ristam, was 3. John had a demanding career in academia, so I spent most of my time caring for the family, but also felt a need for other work. I asked Baba if it was his pleasure to give me a sign about what type of work this should be. I imagined seeing this sign while looking through the classifieds and then forgot my question to the intensity of the sahavas. A few days later, just after Arti, while people were still singing outside the Samadhi, I felt a sensation in my heart, like a beautiful bird had alighted there. At the same time, Baba clearly said to me, "Do your glass work again." I mentally shook my head, not believing what was happening. At that moment, I heard a lover singing the words, "A sign from above on the wings of a dove." A sign from above on wings of a dove. Baba, what drew me study glass saving was the ethereal beauty of engraved imagery on crystal. But serious eye problems and family responsibilities had halted this work. Upon returning home from India, I reassembled my studio and started doing my glass engraving again. Although the eye problems and lack of time due to other responsibilities have continued to surface repeatedly all these years. When I am engraving, it is intimate time spent with Baba, sometimes inspiring when he gives me glimpses of his beauty, and sometimes heartbreaking when I realize how inadequate my ability is to express those tiny glimpses. It amazes me how the creator of this vast and wondrous universe could take interest in the life and work of an ordinary person like me. To quote the American Arti, "At your command, suns and stars give their light. What in the world can I offer as mine? Even my gift of love would be not in your sight, but veiled reflection of your divine love." Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
Jai Baba. Thank you, Gail. Thank you. That was lovely. And now we have Mervan's girl, Tina. Jai Baba.
Yeah, I changed my name to Merwan's Girl last night because someone was on calling herself Meher's daughter. So I wanted to get on board with that. I heard Gail sing a little bit of On the Wings of a Dove. So I thought I'd sing the whole thing for those of you who haven't heard it. When troubles surround us, when evil comes, the body grows weak, the spirit grows numb. When these things beset us, he doesn't forget us. He sends down his love on the wings of a dove, on the wings of a snow white dove. He sends his pure, sweet love, a sign from above, on the wings of a dove. When Noah had drifted on the flood many days, he searched for land in the usual ways. I forgot the words. Well, troubles he had some, but he wasn't forgotten. He sent down his love on the wings of a dove, on the wings of a snow white dove. He sends his pure, sweet love, a sign from above, on the wings of a dove. When Jesus went down to the water that day, he was baptized in the usual way. When he was done, God blessed his son. He sent down his love on the wings of a dove, on the wings of a snow white dove. He sends his pure, sweet love, a sign from above, on the wings of a dove. Jai Baba.
So beautiful. Thank you so much, Tina. Jai Baba. And now we have the duo, Cliff and Angela, practicing out there.
Jai Baba, does that mean we're up?
Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Hit it. Sing along.
Here's a little song I wrote. Might want to sing it note for note, nobody.
Baba.
Jai Baba.
Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
Wonderful. Jai Meher Baba. Rati, please unmute. Are you there? Okay, I think there's something wrong. We have Archana Grover who would like to share something she has penned. Archana, please unmute.
Jai Baba, everybody. These are just a little thought that I had written in the car on the way back from Mehrabad, which I would like to share with you. It goes like this. I called it a thought. Let us slowly start unfolding the spiritual self which resides within each of us. Together, let us close our eyes and experience the divine symphony of Meher Baba's love. Love needs to be kindled and rekindled in the abysmal darkness of selfish thoughts, selfish words, and selfish deeds. Let us die to the self to live in God. Let us become completely void inside to be completely possessed by God. It is this complete emptiness that will absorb us in the infinity of beloved Baba. Let the music stir compassion within you for Him who resides in each of us. Infuse it with spirituality and open the window to let the divine light in. Let Baba's words of I am not the body, I am not the mind, I am neither this nor that, I am God, transmit each of us to the realms of spirituality and complete surrender to the Ancient One. Let His grace descend upon all humanity. Jai Baba.
Thank you, Archana. Beautiful.
This is a lot of people saying Francis Barbizon, the meeting. Now I will tell you about one who is so handsome and free. His face is a glorious sun. His eyes are a deep melody. Meher Baba is his name. He is the highest of the high. Stars and hearts are his loving game. For him is my song and my sigh. I met him when I was asleep and dreaming that I was awake. I met him as young dawn did creep from night's skirts, a new day to break. I met him by a silver stream that ran through a paddock of flowers. I met him in love's moment's dream that had escaped from the dull hours. I met him in a valley cool that was way above the blue skies. I met him by a shady pool that was within my own two eyes. I met him by the 5-rail gate that the stave lines of heart's tune. I said, I'm sorry I'm late. He said, it is I who came soon. I came soon because you are dear, dearer to me than you know. I saw in his eyes a bright tear, which in my heart started to glow. It glowed till it burst into flame, a flame that was so bright and pure, which formed itself into his name. It was more than I could endure. Now you know why I sing all day, and sometimes I laugh, sometimes weep. He stole my poor heart all away and left me his image to keep. Jai Baba.
Thank you, Marsha. Jai Baba. We have our dear Vijay ji. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba Roshni ji. Jai. I am singing a ghazal sung at Guru Prasad in 1961 by Mr. Solapure. The meaning of the ghazal is, oh beloved, you are the precious achievement of my life. From you exists my life. If you turn your face, my life will change. Your unhappiness is my sorrow and your khushi is my happiness. The truth is that, Oh, disloyal, you are my life. Your happiness is my happiness. How I spend my life, this patient of love is almost gone. Rahi's life is gone. Only name is left. हासिले जिंदगी हो तुम, हासिले जिंदगी हो तुमसे है जिंदगी मेरी, हासिले जिंदगी हो तुमसे है जिंदगी मेरी, तुमने निगाहें फेर ली, तुमने निगाहें फेर ली, दुनिया बदल गई मेरी, हासिले जिंदगी हो तुमसे है जिंदगी मेरी, हासिले जिंदगी हो तेरा मलाल गम मेरा, तेरी खुशी खुशी मेरी, तेरा मलाल गम मेरा, तेरी खुशी खुशी मेरी, सच तो है ये कि बेवफा तुझसे है जिंदगी मेरी, हासिले जिंदगी हो तुमसे है जिंदगी मेरी, तेरी खुशी में खुश हूँ मैं, मेरी खुशी खुशी नहीं, तेरी खुशी में खुश हूँ मैं, मेरी खुशी खुशी नहीं, मुझसे न पूछ किस तरह, मुझसे न पूछ किस तरह कटती है जिंदगी मेरी, हासिले जिंदगी हो अब तो मरीज इश्क का किस्सा तमाम हो चुका, अब तो मरीज इश्क का किस्सा तमाम हो चुका, राही की जान ले गई, बस नाम रह गई मेरी, हासिले हासिले जिंदगी हो तुमसे है जिंदगी मेरी, हासिले जिंदगी हो तुम। Thank you. Jai Baba.
Beautiful, Vijayji, as always. Thank you, Jai Baba.
Thank you.
So, I will let Alan Ray share, and I will share after him for the transition into our story session. Alan Ray.
Jai Baba Roshani. It's great to be here with everyone. This EastWest Satsang, and share a song by Hank Midland. Everyone can join in on the chorus, or not. Jalud Rumi and Shams Tabriz were playing a game of chess. Shams was a perfect master, but old Jal, he was just a mess. Shams won all the time anyhow when this game was done. Child cried, "I'm lost," but Shamsa smiled and said, "No, this time you won." 'Cause it was the right time and the right place for the touch of the Master's grace. Oh, that moment was so sublime, at the right place and the right time. Now back in the time of Jesus lived a man whose name was Paul. He'd rant, he'd rave, he'd misbehave, persecuting one and all. On the dusty road from Tarsus, he fell on his knees one day. And the voice of Jesus called to him, said, "Son, you better look my way." 'Cause it was the right time and the right place for the touch of the Master's grace. Oh, that moment was so sublime, at the right place and the right time. Well, Prince said Arthur took a walk one fine and sunny morning. He saw sorrow, pain, and death, and wondered why he'd been born. He meditated, contemplated, forgot about being a prince. And because of that Sunday stroll, told the Buddha and the saints. 'Cause it was the right time, everybody, and the right place for the touch of the Master's grace. Oh, that moment was so sublime, at the right place and the right time. Yeah, there was a man they called Francis, a kind of old-time Don Juan. He terrorized all the guys and gals down in old Sissy town. He was coming home very late one night, someone looked him in the eye. And the very next day, he changed his ways, pretty soon he was realized. 'Cause it was the right time and the right place for the touch of the Master's grace. Oh, that moment was so sublime, at the right place and the right time. Well, the moral of these verses, when we bring them up to date, is that we're living in the Kaluga age, full of lust and greed and hate. Everybody's heard about the Avatar's word, they know he's the only cure. But as to when that hum is going to come, only one thing you can be sure. It'll be the right time and the right place for the touch of the Master's grace. Now won't that moment be sublime, at the right place and the right time? Yeah, the right time and the right place. Yeah, the right time and the right place. Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
Jai Baba. Okay. So I would like to sing a small chant song and then go into our story session, opening up with a little story from Baba's father's life. So first I'll sing Jai Baba. Meher Brahma, Meher Vishnu, Meher Devo Maheshwaraha,
मेहर साक्षात् परब्रह्मा तस्मै श्री मेहरं नमः तस्मै श्री मेहरं नमः तस्मै श्री मेहरं नमः नमो नारायणाय हरि हरि शशि मेहराय नमो नारायणाय हरि हरि शशि मेहराय परब्रह्मा मेहर नमो परब्रह्मा मेहर नमो सच्चिदानंद नंद मेहरो सच्चिदानंद नंद मेहरो 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 सच्चिदानंद नंद मेहरो सच्चिदानंद नंद मेहरो नमो नारायणाय हरि हरि मेहर शेखराय नमो नारायणाय हरि हरि मेहर शेखराय परब्रह्मा मेहर नमो परब्रह्मा मेहर नमो सच्चिदानंद नंद मेहरो सच्चिदानंद नंद मेहरो 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 सच्चिदानंद नंद मेहरो अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। So please be ready to put up your hands for powerful stories. I shall read this from the book Lives of Love. And very beautifully, I just yesterday was telling about this story to my niece while we were sitting during the funeral of my aunt who went to Baba yesterday, day before yesterday. And just today when I took up this book to share what Baba would want me to share, and it opened up exactly to that story. So I'll begin with that. This is narrated by Mani. Baba's forgiveness. At another time, Mani told us the story of her father and the partner who had cheated him in his toddy shop business. There was a court case, but the partner won it, causing much hardship to Baba's parents and family. Mani's father immediately wrote to this young man, "I forgive you. I owe you nothing. Now it is for you to ask forgiveness of God." Decades later, during one of the first darshans Baba gave at Guru Prasad in Pune, a woman came up to Baba and kneeling before him burst into tears and sobbed for quite a while. Baba raised her head from his knees and asked her what was the matter. And she said, "My husband sent me to get your forgiveness. He is bedridden and dying, but he is hanging on to life because he says he cannot die until he gets forgiveness from God. You must forgive him." Baba looked into the distance for a few moments and then gestured, "All right, I forgive him." Mani said his beautiful gesture of forgiveness was like a huge wave sweeping over the shore, and when it receded, it left the shore perfectly clean, taking everything with it. Everything which Baba had forgiven the man for was swept away. Mani never saw that woman again, but heard that her husband died within a few hours of receiving God's forgiveness. He was the partner who had embezzled her father's business and won the court case so many years before. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. And this just reminded me to tell my niece about this story, to tell her when she spoke about some forgiveness aspect from her grandma who had passed on. And I told her of what Baba had said, that I am, I forgive you all the time, but you keep reminding yourself and asking for the same forgiveness again and again, and thereby, words to effect, bringing the energy of that unforgiveness back into life. So God forgives everything. And that's the ocean of his love. Jai Meher Baba. We open up, please raise your hands, or you can, since there are no hands, just unmute and start speaking, and then rest can raise hands to share. Okay, we have NB to share. Jai Baba, please unmute. All right, I think that was by mistake maybe. We have Tina, Merwan's girl, to share a story.
Okay, well, about 15 years ago now, I bought this new apartment, and I had gotten a divorce, and so I moved in, and it was cold. So I decided to put a new radiator in, a bigger one, in the bedroom. And so I did that, and immediately I noticed a horrible, horrible smell when they turned on the steam heat. And I mean, it was really, really bad. But the person who installed it said, don't worry, it'll go away in a few days. Well, 3 weeks later, I was unable to stay in my bedroom. The whole apartment was like a smelting furnace. It had just a really acrid, horrible odor, and I was having trouble breathing. And it got so bad that I had to take a taxi to the emergency room, and I couldn't breathe at all. And I died on the operating table. And I saw Baba in a long white sadra, and he said, "You're not on the list." He had a scroll, and he pushed me through the tunnel. And then I came back to life. And but still I couldn't live in my apartment, because every time I entered the apartment, I had like an extreme reaction to this smell. And of course it was the winter, and didn't want to open the windows, but I tried, and nothing helped, because by that time it had the smell had penetrated all the furniture. It was off-gassing. But luckily I was the only one who was bothered by this smell. So I thought, well, what am I going to do? And so I had to go into various different sublet apartments. And I had just bought this apartment. And, it was stressful. And so I thought, well, I'll sell it. And so I thought, well, I'll get someone in there that won't mind the real estate people coming in and showing it. So I'll rent it for less. So I did that, and this guy showed up, and he was a little questionable, but he agreed to my terms. He had $100,000 in the bank, but he didn't have a job. And so I told him, well, the sheets are in the linen closet. He's like, oh, no, I don't want any sheets on the bed. I like to sleep on a bare mattress. Okay. Well, that was a little weird, but anyhow, um, he he uh, he had some mental problems and he had some addiction problems. I soon found out that even though he had $100,000 in the bank, he took a lot of pills, and he also, drank quite a bit. And he had like bags and bags of liquor bottles that he was throwing out every time I came to get the rent. Anyhow, um, it was a little disturbing to me, but he always paid. And so one day, I came to the door to get the rent, and he said, "Oh, I've been reading that book of yours." I said, "What book?" He said, "Well, it's something about some Indian guru." And he said, I didn't have that many Baba books at the time because I'd given them all to a silent auction at Meher Baba House. And I didn't even know I had this book. It was Glimpses of the God Man. And I have a huge floor to ceiling bookcase, and it was on the top shelf. So he had to climb up there and get it. Something like a magnet pulled him toward it. And he said, this is really helping me. I'm sleeping better. I'm really doing better. And so eventually, after about 2 years, I was able to finally move back into the apartment. And the guy moved out, and he wrote me a letter, and he said, I'm doing better now, and could you write me a letter of reference? So I wrote him a letter of reference. He got a job, and he got his life back on track. So, I was like, Baba, 2 years of sublets and all this hassle. Couldn't you have found a simpler way to contact this guy?
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, Jai Baba. Let's see if
One day, this is the story of the song Way Back to You. Some of you know it. On my way back to you, I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, one day I sat down at the piano, and I started playing the piano, and I don't even know how to play it on the piano anymore. I don't know what I did, but I started writing. I should have found the piece of paper, because I found the piece of paper recently. I was like, oh, so I just sat down and I wrote, on my way back to you, I hope that's where I'm going. On my way back to you, matters not where I've been. My heart's been broken, my life's a right mess, and surely I'd be hoping on my way back to you. And and it's dinner time, and dinner is probably just about ready, and I probably just sat down while I was waiting for the broccoli to cook, whatever. And he was in the kitchen, and he goes, when I sang, my heart's been broken, my life's a right mess, he's like, what did I do? And like, I don't know. And then I left, I left it. We had dinner, and Aaron was young at the time, maybe 8, 7, 8, I'm not sure. Whatever, if Farish Day's here, she can say what year it was, because I played that song with Tom Riley, and came and told his Baba story to Chicago. But anyway, so what happened was I went, it was dinner, Aaron, bedtime, bath, all the things. And then I went back to the piano. And then the rest of it comes through me like in 45 minutes, and it's 9 o'clock I finish. And I will tell you that as soon as I felt this unrest energy, and it was like I was taken over. And then the words, if I could hold on to the hand of truth, surely I would be knowing I'll be coming home back to you, on my way back to you. And it just was like this energy just like went, okay, we're done. And it's like, and the song finished itself. There were no rewrites. It was just on the page. And as a songwriter, this is a rare thing I mean, sometimes things do just come through, but I was taken over. And in the morning, I at the time, it was before email, there were email lists. There was before the internet was really doing, there was no Facebook, well, if there was, I didn't know about it. There might have been MySpace, but there was the listserv. And on the listserv, email came in saying that Don Stevens passed away 5 a.m. or 6 a.m., whatever time it was the exact time I finished writing that song. And then in the morning, I did write, on my way back to you, I know that's where I'm going. Your love leads me there. But what happened was in the fall, when Tom and Kathy came, Tom was telling his story. And he was talking about when he met Baba, that Baba asked him if he read God Speaks. And he said, yeah, he did. And Baba wanted a synopsis. And it was something to the effect of the journey back to you. And then I was sitting at dinner next to, some of you might know Roberta Lewis, who lives, Bertie and Jordan, who now live in India and spent a lot of time with Bauji in the end. I was sitting next to Bertie, and it dawned on me that, oh my God, on my way back to you, the journey back to you, and then the connection with Don Stevens was responsible for God Speaks. So at the time, the next day after writing the song, I knew that it was, or that morning I was like, wow, this was a really special song. And then a few months later, Tom telling the story, I realized that the connection, Baba gave me that song. Anyway, so that's my story about Way Back to You. And I hope that more and more I get to be his conduit of beauty and songs to him.
Jai Baba.
Jai Baba.
Okay. Hey Baba. So this I'm going to tell about is Lata Limaye. Lata Limaye is, she sings very well. She is there in Pune, if you can get her anytime. And she used to come to Ahmednagar Center, and when she was a child. And 2-3 small incidents, but very important incidents about her, I will like to share with all of you. There was a singing competition, All India Radio. And before going for the competition, those old days, and she was not trained and all that, but she sought Baba's blessings. And Baba said, okay, Baba permitted her to go for the competition and participate in that. And she got the first prize those days, All India singing competition. Later, Baba did not only arrange for her singing, Baba arranged for her singing classes and called Adi and asked Adi to arrange for her to teach Urdu, so that she can sing ghazals, she can understand the meaning of ghazals. And Baba asked her to come and stay in Guru Prasad. See her fortune. Baba asked her to come and stay in Guru Prasad. And she was a child. So Baba asked them to take excellent care of her. And he gave all the minute instructions. So much so, can you imagine how much Baba took care of that child? So when she used to go for bath, Baba had instructed the water for the bath should not be too hot or too cold. In India, there were no geysers and all that, heaters those days for water, for heating bath water. So Baba himself used to go to her bathroom and see before she goes to take bath, the water is of a perfect temperature. I have never heard so much care Baba has taken to the minutest detail. And then one day, Baba called, invited Begum Akhtar for singing. And when Begum Akhtar came, Baba had already arranged Adi and called for Lata Limaye too. And she was, so we, whatever ghazals Begum Akhtar used to sing, that Lata Limaye knew. And Baba used to, so when Begum Akhtar was called, she thought she will be asked to sing before Baba. But what Baba did, can you imagine? Baba asked Lata Limaye to sing. And whenever she used to sing, Baba used to praise her a lot in front of such a renowned singer. Baba asking a small girl to sing. Baba's aims, Baba only knows. But in a way, so when Baba used to praise, Begum Akhtar also used to praise her. And then Begum Akhtar used to call that girl near her, take her in her lap, and she used to caress her and kiss her. And then again Baba used to call Lata Limaye to him, and again Baba used to kiss Lata Limaye. And then again Baba asked her to sing another song. Again Lata sang another song. Again Baba praised her a lot. Then again Baba asked Begum Akhtar. So Begum Akhtar also praised her a lot. Again she caressed her, she kissed her. Again she went to Baba, again Baba caressed her, kissed her. Again Baba asked her to sing third song. And this went on for 4-5 songs. And then it was so nice, must be a scene to see. We have heard Lata Limaye 3-4 years back. She was not at all looking aged, and by look wise or voice wise, she sang so well. You won't, if you close your eyes, you will feel that Begum Akhtar is only singing. Similar, same voice, same. So then Baba asked that day, Baba asked Begum Akhtar to teach Lata Limaye these ghazals and singing. So this was the small incident of Lata Limaye. She is still there in Pune. Thank you for giving this opportunity. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Thank you, Meher Kripaji. We'll definitely have Lataji come for one of our satsangs. So, Vijayji, do you have some story? I'm sure you have many. So please share.
Talking of Lata Limeji, really, she visited our house 4 years back for a Baba program. And 2 years back, when her husband died, we went to her house. And she sang and performed at Amar Tithi also. So I keep talking to her. And if you want her phone number, I can give you, Roshni ji, so then you can invite her sometime. Yeah. So I don't know how she responds. Yeah.
But tell us some Baba story, Vijayji.
Yeah, I got many stories, but I just can tell you my meeting with Baba is okay.
Of course, yes.
Yeah. Well, our family came in contact with Baba in my father, first time in 1938, when he was a boy of 14 years old, 1938. And he read about when Norina Machbeli and Baba were there for the Darshan program. The news came in the newspaper. And so then through he read that, and then he went to RH's house, and then RH Bhai wrote to Meher Baba, this boy wants to see you. That time Baba was at Panchagani, and so Baba called him at Panchagani, and then Baba told him fit for the path. So that was first time he met. And then when I am born in 1951, so 1953 when Baba came to Nagpur, so I had a touch of Baba. And in 1960, first time I met Baba at Guru Prasad, and that was very exciting. And so I was really very curious I knew that Baba is God, and he's of course, at that age, we have no real perception about God, what is, but like a very great, like a master, perfect master, or a great master, it was like a family guru. And of course, later on, it took me years to understand about his godhood, that what he is. And so in 1960, I was really curious, and with my father, we came to Pune, Guru Prasad. And actually, before that, Baba's and my father used to keep in touch with Baba all the time. So when in 59, when he didn't come, so Baba sent him a telegram and asked him to come, that why didn't he come? So then in 1960, we were here at Guru Prasad. And so the first day when we went to Guru Prasad, and I was really so curious to have a glimpse of Baba. That morning 8 o'clock we reached there. Of course, it was half an hour late, and I came to know that Baba is in the side room and he is giving personal darshan, individual darshan, family wise, and only the invitees were there and a few Westerners. So I kept walking by the door where Baba was sitting in a room. And when I could not manage, I came to the window and I saw the window. It was a shutter, wooden shutter. I raised the shutter and I peeped inside, and I gazed at Baba's face, side face. Art's back was there. And I got absorbed in Baba, watching Baba. And after some time, I felt a grab on my collar. Somebody grabbed my collar and pulled me back. And I turned my face, and it was Arch. He was really very angry. And he said that, is it the way you are peeping into Baba's room? Whose son you are? And he was really angry, and he was about to slap me. And by the time a person comes, another Baba lover, and he closed the shutters. Arch was so angry, he opened the shutter again. I said, no, let him close it. And I was like freezed, and I didn't know what to do. And then I closed the shutter. And of course, after some time, I was really sad and very shocked. But after some time, Araj comes back, and he loved me, kissed me, and he held me by under his hand, and loved me, say you should not have done like that. Anyway, after some time, Rustam Saurabh, they were in the room with Baba. So whenever the next person has to come, they used to come out and call his name. So Rustam came running, Sulu Sulu, my father's name. Baba is calling. And so we were just ready without spending a second. He had to rush. And so we rushed him. And then Baba give embrace to my father and asked him. We were there on 8th June. So Baba asked him, why didn't you come on 5th? There were 10,000 people at Guru Prasad gave Mass Darshan, and he remembered him. And Baba, I could not get leave from office. And I was watching Baba's face, and I looked at him, and I felt like talking, saying something. And I said, Baba, I get scared in the darkness. And Baba looked to me, and Baba said, do you take my name? Arati interpreted. And the thought comes in my mind, oh, he's God, I should tell the truth. So I say, no, Baba, like this. I say, no, Baba. And Baba in the order says, the order, take my name. And that was the first message I got from him, take my name. And I feel it's for everyone, for us, that his name is so important. And in every advent, like Rama, Krishna, and Buddha, and Zoroaster, and Muhammad, his name is so important. Yeah. So that's what I want to convey, that for us, his name is the strength, our strength, and let we all take his name. And yeah, that's what I want to say in short. Jai Baba.
Beautiful. Thank you,
Jai
Vijayji.
Baba.
So, till we have some hands up, I'll share these little tiny stories from the same book, Lives of Love. Money's capacity for storytelling. In the 70s and 80s in Mandli Hall, Mani always had so many little stories to tell about Baba and her life with him. Even the simplest or shortest episode would be relayed with such animation, such humor, such poignancy, or she would act a part so perfectly, mimic someone so cleverly, but gently, or mime a situation so well that I, for one, would feel I was actually experiencing the occasion. So alive did it become. I can well imagine how much Baba must have enjoyed the skits and other entertainments Money would produce for him, and how much love and thought and ingenuity she would pour into every detail to please him and to help lighten his burden. During my visits of only 2 weeks at Amartithi every year from 1973 to 1979, I did not manage to take notes of Mani's stories. However, on one occasion, I did record that in Mandli Hall, after Airaj had asked for the stories of new ones coming to Baba and many accounts had been given, Mani capped them by saying, I am envious of all who can tell how they came to Baba. I have no story. I was always there. She was the youngest in the family, and Baba was 24 years old when she was born at Sassoon Hospital in Pune. He was waiting there and picked her up immediately, holding her in his arms even before she had been washed. He welcomed me into the world, she told us, smiling gently. Mani has given this story in full in her delightful book, God Brother. This other one is of Mehra's birthday, which is coming up soon this month. On 28th December, Mehra's birthday was celebrated on a grand scale. Arnavaz had brought a lovely pink sari for Mehra with silver embroidery, and when she presented it to her, Baba was very happy. Mehra said, "This is such a beautiful sari, but where can I wear it?" So Baba told her,
wear it on your birthday. Then give it back to Arnavaz and she will wear it. And he told Arnavaz she was to put the sari on Mehra on her birthday. She looked so beautiful in it. Then Baba told everyone, there, this is Arnavaz's sari which Mehra has on, and Arnavaz will wear it henceforth. Jai Baba. In such beautiful ways, Baba gives us his love. Just as that rose story of Amrit Dara, I still have not got over it how that icing of the cake stayed for 52 years. I'm still trying to digest that rather than the cake. but but that's what Baba is. So, yeah. Would anybody else like to share something? Come on. Betty.
I was just going to raise my hand. This is a little, very little story about a frog. We, our family always went to LA Sahabas, and we would come back very jolly in our van, coming up to California, to home, up to Northern California. And we stopped at a kind of a restaurant that had a bit of an amusement place for the kids. And they had a little little lake in the back, and I walked. We were, just full of. We always left full of Baba. It was wonderful. When we would, they would always put a sign up on the way going up to the. It was up a bit in the mountains called Pilgrim Pines, and they put a sign up that said Baba, Mayor Baba, and with an arrow pointing. And then when we would come by on the way home, and Dave, my husband, would always turn it around to Mayor Baba, pointing to the world. But anyway, we stopped at the restaurant. We were at the amusement park, and I was walking by the lake, and I noticed a great big bullfrog, a very big frog, just sitting on a rock. And I thought, oh my. So I came a little closer, and he didn't move. I didn't understand why. He just sat there. I got closer, and I started to say Jai Baba to this. So Jai Baba, Jai Baba. And I got closer and closer, and then there was something funny about his mouth, and he wouldn't move. He just sat there. And I noticed that there was, he had swallowed a fish, but the fish didn't go down. And what I was seeing was his mouth, and then the mouth of the fish. The fish had gone down backwards, and it was stuck in his mouth. So here was this frog sitting on the rock with a fish in his mouth, and he was just sitting. And so I thought, well, maybe I could help. So I came a little closer, Jai Baba, Jai Baba, and I grabbed just the end of that little fish's mouth, and I pulled him up, and he was so stuck that he came up with the fish. I had to shake and shake and shake, and he dropped off. And I had the fish. It was probably it was a pretty big fish, maybe two. Yeah. And then he went away. The frog was like a big bullfrog, and the fish was maybe I don't know, 2 inches or something. So anyway, that's the frog story. I don't think I can.
Jai Baba. Thank you, Betty. Meher would like to share something. Meher, please go on. Unmute.
Roshni, can I read again, please?
Yes, sure. Jai Baba.
The same book, Gift of Love, Jai Baba. Obey me. All I ask of you is that you love me most and obey me at all times, knowing that it is impossible for you to obey me. As you should, I help you to carry out wholeheartedly what I ask you to do, and repeatedly bring to you the importance of obedience. When you do what the Master says, the responsibility falls on him, whom you obey, and when you obey unwillingly, you can leave your mind to my care and remembering me, repeating my name silently as often as you can. I want you to remain undisturbed and unshaken by the force of life's currents of whatever you circumstance. They too will be of my own creation. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. Thank you, Meher. Thank you for the lovely words of Baba. It reminds me of this one funny story, which I love the most, of Dr. Ghani. And while playing cards, Baba would cheat. And Dr. Ghani would keep observing that Baba is cheating. So Dr. Ghani, there's a story to effect, it may not be verbatim with the words. And Dr. Ghani thinks in his mind that Baba cheats all the time and nobody is watching and actually everybody is just engrossed. So Dr. Ghani also thinks that he should cheat in the next round so that he may possibly win. And Dr. Ghani cheats. And as Dr. Ghani cheats, Baba says, "Oh, you took out that card or something," and everybody says, "Oh, you cheated, you cheated." And then Baba shuffles up all the cards, and new game, new game. And Dr. Ghani has this in mind that Baba always cheats, and nobody sees it. And I just tried it once, and how come these people saw it? And he has this thing going on in his mind. And after some days, apparently, I think they're gone for a walk or something, and Baba is asking Dr. Ghani whether there's anything he wants to ask him. So Dr. Ghani says no. I was saying, "Oh, like, are you sure?" or to that effect. And he says no, till obviously Baba keeps probing all the time as usual. And he still doesn't say anything. So Baba tells him that he wants to tell him a story of this master who had a lot of disciples, and every day they would go for a walk. And the master once they were passing through the marketplace, and there is possibly a sweet shop or something, and the master takes something in his mouth, and all the disciples also go forward and take it into their mouth. Then they move to another shop. The master eats something else, and all the disciples also eat that. And while they are finishing their round, they land up at an ironsmith's little hutment kind of a thing, and he is working over there. So the master bends down and takes a burning coal and puts it in his mouth, and all the disciples are standing still behind him. So the master gestures, "Why don't you eat it?" like kind of a and all the disciples are like nodding their head and not wanting to do it. And thereafter the master smiles and everybody goes away. And that's when it strikes to Dr. Ghani, why is Baba saying that? Because it's connected to the cheating in the card game. And that's when the sentence comes, "Don't do as I do, but do as I say." And Dr. Ghani then gets the connection. Jai Meher Baba. So, anybody else would like to share a story? God, I'm sure everybody is over here treasure full of stories. Anyone? Yes, Betty, please, once more.
All right, another a small incident. Well, excuse me, take my pot. In my son had a girlfriend back when we lived in California, and she worked at a photo studio, a color studio, very fancy color studio in San Francisco. And one day she came home with a rolled up something, a print rolled up, and she said, she wasn't a Baba lover, she didn't, but she said, she handed it to me, she said, "I thought you would like this. It was thrown out in the garbage of our studio." And I'll show you what it was. I've framed it since. It's this, let's see if you can see it.
And oh, let's see. Okay. It was 3B's painting of Baba, the Kalki avatar. 3B Dimple. And I guess there was some small problem with the color. I think it's beautiful. And that was, so she thought I would like it. And I said, thank you very much. So anyway, that was my story about, and I since saw 3B before she passed through. She's a Sufi. Well, I imagine you've heard about, 3B Dimple. Baba called her Baba's beloved baby. Anyway, I said, I have one of your prints. And I hope you don't mind. It was, I told her how it happened. She said, oh, of course, that's fine. That's great. So anyway, that's that story.
Thank you so much, Betty. And that is a beautiful painting sketch. Is it a sketch, Betty, or is it a painting?
Color, maybe it was a painting. It's I
Beautiful.
think you see it on the east room in where the women stayed. It's on, I believe it's on the wall. The Kalki avatar.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Beautiful. Jai Baba. Thank you so much. We now have Rosalie. Great. Yeah, we have hands up now.
Jai Baba. I was able to tell this story to Mara, and Mara loved the story. She got very excited when I told her. Anyway, I was born in California in the U.S., and I moved at one time up to Berkeley. And, I was very much raised Catholic. I had 12 years of Catholic school and all the religion, So anyway, but at a certain point, my roommate showed me the "Don't Worry, Be Happy" card, beloved's card, and I was like a dog going for a bone. I thought that was great. Don't worry, be happy. So I moved from Los Angeles up to Berkeley. And anyway, and then Baba kept very much coming in my life. Well, I was very excited. So I took a "Don't Worry, Be Happy" card and I mailed it because I thought my father would like to see this. He'd appreciate Baba. And I got a phone call from my mother after I sent it. And she says, don't be sending your father that weird spiritual stuff. And I thought, my mother's pretty sharp. She knew that the avatar was spiritual. So sometime after that, I was visiting Los Angeles. It's like about 500 miles away. And I was there with my parents, and they had a little dog. It was not a nice little dog, but they were very protective of it. Its name was Dolly, Dolly. Well, I was playing the piano in the living room, and my mother walked behind me, and she said, she's walking towards this little dog, and she says, Baba. And I was sitting there, and I was thinking in my mind, talking to Baba, and I says, Baba, I only see you in photographs. You don't appear to me now. My mother doesn't want to have anything to do with you, and now she's having a vision. So I turn around. She's walking towards this little dog. And I knew they changed the name. I says, what happened? The dog's name's changed. She said, oh yeah, your father changed it. Now, mind you, I had never said it out loud. I only sent the card. I never said Baba out loud, so they never heard that. And so I asked my father, I says, Daddy, says, you changed the dog's name. He said, yeah, I changed that name. And I says, well, what does it mean? And he says, oh, I says, where did you get that name? You changed the name. He says, I made it up. I made it up. I says, well, then what does it mean? He says, I think it means beautiful. And I says, I think it does too. So the rest of my visit there, I was very nice to this unpleasant little dog. I was saying, I love you, Baba. I love you. I was saying Baba a lot. The next time I came back, the dog's name was changed back to Dolly. I mean, it was, and Mara, Baba's beloved Mara, she was so happy to hear that story. She just was, wow. She loved hearing all of our Baba stories, But it was wonderful that I could share it. And it was really remarkable because when my I heard recently, I had a car and on the dashboard I put the "Don't Worry, Be Happy" card. Well, my father would wipe my car down. I was very bad about washing my car. And he saw that picture and he said, my brother overheard it, I didn't hear it. He said, that's the ugliest man I've ever seen. And I thought he was stunned by Baba's beauty, so he called it ugly. It was like too much for him. And I thought about it much later and I thought, wow. So when he passed in 2007, I wasn't around him. I was here in Myrtle Beach, and I thought, you see, Daddy, you see who that person is? Anyway, we never talked about it, but it does make me think of how Baba said he would help your relatives and friends for generations. And it was clear to me he was helping, to change the name to Baba. Anyway, Jai Baba.
Jai Baba, that was such a beautiful story. And before we close for today's satsang, we have Merwan's girl Tina with a story. Mihal, missed you.
Just a little addition to the other story I told about subletting my apartment. I myself had to go into many sublets, and I was just living the gypsy life, and I was very unhappy because I had just bought this original apartment, which I couldn't live in due to the toxic fumes. And so I remember once I came out of a store and I was just having this internal conversation with Baba. And I was like, why are you doing this to me? I'm sick of these sublets. And I looked down on the sidewalk and someone had carved the name Baba in the sidewalk. I don't know, it was just ironic. And then I was in a play at the time, and I had this scene where I had to kneel down and light these candles at a church. And I would see Baba's image on the light pattern on the back wall when I did that. And I thought it was just my imagination, but then this other actor said to me one time, do you see that face on the wall? Who is that? So, it wasn't just my imagination. So I wanted to just add those little points.
Jai Meher Baba. Beautiful. So I will play our Meher Dhun and the Australian Arti to end our lovely East-West Saturday Satsang. Thank you everyone for all the wonderful shares, and thank you. Just Baba's love filled all over.
Meher Baba, 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 Meher Baba.
अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
Oh, glorious, eternal, ancient one, your face is a bright, transcendental sun. Lighten this dark world and the tears I weep. My heart, Meher, I give to you to keep. Creator, yet creationless you are. Truth and truth's body, divine avatar. Through compassion, the three worlds maintain. Destroy this ignorance that life sustains. These five lights are the whirling strokes of breath of the world's wheel that bears me unto death. Unless you are infinitely kind, break the wheel of which is conditioned mind. This incense is my love, these fruits my art, which to please you I have shaped from my heart. Accept them as you would a simple flower that has no use beyond its shining hour. You are myself, I sing to you in grace, and beg your love to bear me through the day. Till you, the ever-living perfect one, illume my darkness with your shining sun.
Avatar Meher Baba Ki Jai. We'll have 1 minute of silence. अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
Hey, Baba. What amazing stories. Oh my God.
Avatar Meher Baba
मेहर
Ki
बाबा
Jai.
की जय।
Avatar Meher
अवतार
Baba
मेहर
Ki
बाबा
Jai.
की जय।
Avatar Meher
अवतार
Baba
मेहर
Ki
बाबा
Jai.
की
Jai,
जय।
Jai Baba.
Jay.
Now say what you were going to say, Michelle.
Oh, I was going to just say, Rosalie, that's so funny about your dad and the Baba picture. I had the picture of the ancient one next to my bed after my mom died, and I had gone home. I think it was for the funeral, and my father saw that. And this is Catholic family, okay? So he's like, "That's a cult. Watch out for that." And I just thought, "Oh, that's so funny. It's a cult." And the Catholic Church,
Oh,
oh my God, the biggest cult on the planet. Or not really, but what a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful story. Um, there's this, so I had these little tiny pictures of Baba in my wallet, and I was in my girlfriend's car in Connecticut, and her daughter Lauren was 7. And so this was probably 97 or 98. And I, the little girl found it, and her mom says, "What's this?" And she looks at the picture, and it's a teeny tiny picture of Baba. She says, "Mom, God goes by many different names." Recognize. Now, I haven't talked, she's in her 20s now, she's married, she has a baby. And it's just so funny to think that she recognized, she saw, like BJ saw, she knew that this was an image of God. And now her grandfather, her father, Lil Pop, is a Episcopal priest. And so, of course, we told him all about Baba, that Marvin and I did back in the day. But you know, how somehow it's just so incredible, out of the mouths of babes. Anyway, Jay Baba. So fun.